Hi, Jason Griddle at GQue Barbecue. Today, we are all about the king crab legs, one of my favorite bites on the planet. Today, we're gonna find out if they taste better on the griddle or on the grill. If you wanna see how we do that, it's coming up right now. Got about 100 cooking videos on this channel, and my last 4 cooks, they've been on the Blackstone Griddle. So what I'm trying to decide right now is what's better, the Blackstone or a traditional fire grill. So I'm gonna start a new series called Griddle versus Grill. If you wanna see me cook something on both the griddle and the grill and see what tastes better, let me know down in the comments below. I'm gonna make a homemade fire starter for our chimney of charcoal today. Just balled up some paper towels, put it in a paper sack, gonna hit it with a little bit of vegetable oil. Pull it up tightly, there's that little bit of vegetable oil, that's what I'm gonna light down here. So the fire's been going for about 12 to 15 minutes. You can see we got that deep, hot, red-orange ember down in the middle. So all that gray is ash. We wanna get rid of all that ash so we get a good, clean fire. So I'm gonna shake it, but not break it. I'm gonna pour all the charcoal off to the left side of the grill and keep this right side open. That way we can get direct and indirect cooking. If you watch my videos, you recognize I use a lot of garlic butter. I take garlic butter very seriously. Today I'm gonna show you my favorite garlic butter to use on seafood. In fact, this is the same garlic butter I used on our grilled lobster tail video. That's the #1 grilled lobster tail video on YouTube. Stay tuned to the end of this video and I'll put a link to watch that video next. For the only garlic butter recipe you'll ever need, take 1½ sticks of unsalted butter. To that, I'm gonna add 2 lemons. I like to roll them out to get them nice and juicy first. And then I'm also gonna place my hand underneath to catch all the seeds. To that, I'm gonna add 2 cloves of garlic, a handful of parsley, a pinch of cayenne to add a little bit of kick, and then 1/3 of salt, pepper, and GQue Barbecue the Rub. If you haven't tried GQue Barbecue the Rub, I'll put a link down below. I'm gonna add that to our indirect side. Should take a couple of minutes to melt. While that melts, let's talk king crab legs. Alaskan king crab legs, besides being gigantic, are succulent, mildly sweet, and tender. I picked these up from Costco. They were going for about 25 bucks a pound. You can find them at Safeway for a couple dollars more. Most places on the internet sell for 35 to 45 bucks a pound. Therefore, if you have a Costco nearby and you haven't tried these, head on over there. First thing you notice when you pull out of the packaging is possibly the smell. Sometimes they can have a very fishy smell because they cook these on the boat and then they flash freeze them. So as long as that fishy smell is gone, you're good to go. The most conventional way of preparing these crab legs is steaming them. I like to steam them in beer, water, add your favorite seasonings, garlic, spices, what have you. But this is an outdoor cooking channel and we cook outside. So today, griddle versus grill, we're gonna find out the best way to prepare king crab legs. You let me know down below in the comments, what do you think will be better? Will it be the Blackstone Griddle or will it be the PK Grill? We're gonna prepare these crab legs. Thing to keep in mind is there's multiple pieces to a crab leg. There's this end piece right here, which is the knuckle, which we're gonna cut that off. And if you look for the joints, they're easy to remove. Here's another joint right here. You go in here with your shears. I also recommend not using office shears. Try to find a pair of kitchen shears, and it's super easy to remove from the joint. So I've removed that crab-tastic piece, this beautiful piece. It's so succulent, so sweet, absolutely delicious. These other pieces are all excellent pieces also. However, for today's demonstration, we want to compare the same piece against the same piece. So what I'm doing is I'm using the kitchen shears to cut around this crown jewel piece of king crab. Being very careful not to cut more than about 25–30% of this because I don't want the crab meat to fall out as I cook. However, I want to expose surface area so I can get down and season it and also allow the heat to get into the meat. Otherwise, all we would be doing was just be cooking the shell. So this will allow me to flip it, turn it over, turn it all around without losing our crab meat. We got 6 beautiful pieces of our crown jewel crab-tastic crab leg. We've got the shell cut out and exposed so we can hit them with some seasoning as they cook and absorb some of that really good grill flavor. Conventional way cooking these are in a pot in your kitchen and we steam them. That's exactly what we're gonna go for on the griddle since we can't get that delicious kiss of fire to really flavor that meat. So in order to steam these, I've got this little cup of water here I'm gonna put on the griddle and I'm gonna let that go for about 8 minutes or so, 10 minutes, however long it takes to get some steam going. And then I'm gonna help the crab legs along by putting some water on there to create that steam environment. Over here on the griddle, I'm gonna be cooking them in direct heat, but then flipping them onto the direct heat so they get that kiss of fire. And we're gonna see if that adds some flavor to the crab meat or not. Let's get these crab legs going. Let's take a look at our garlic butter. Look at that, heavenly. Smells absolutely delicious. Let's get 3 pieces going. We're gonna start them over here on this indirect side. We gotta be very careful. Remember, this crab leg is already cooked. So we don't wanna cook it, we just wanna bring it up to where it's nice and warm. If we cook it, it'll get very tough, it'll get very rubbery, and it'll lose all of its wonderful flavor. Before I close it, I wanna introduce it to this delicious garlic butter. With it being in the shell down there, it's also gonna make a little pouch. And every time I apply this, it's gonna sit and baste it from the bottom, and then we'll come over the top and hit it for more flavor. Griddle crab legs going. You can see we got some steam action going. Let's hit that with some garlic butter. Oh, you hear that sizzle? Help it out a little bit, add some water. By flipping these crab legs over the charcoals, that garlic butter is going to drip down and flare up, causing some fire, and we should kiss the crab legs with a little bit of flavor. Checking on these guys with the steam. They're doing good. And we'll rotate them down on there. Not quite touching, and I think that's important so they don't burn. They're staying up off the griddle, but they're catching all that heat, and that's gonna warm them up. Let's check on the PK and see how they're doing on the grill. Got some good grill marks on that one. I'll move him over to indirect. Pretty good grill marks on that one. I'll move them on the indirect also. And once you get over about 140 degrees, that Maillard reaction takes place. So that's why we want to get that grill flavor in there before we hit 140 degrees. Let's take a look at the griddle. Blackstone, what did you do to those king crab legs? Nice, nice, nice. We got some good browning action going on there. We want to flip those guys over before they get above 140. Let's hit them again with seasoning. So same approach over here that we did on the grill. We're going to continue to layer this garlic butter on there, probably every minute, minute and a half. Shouldn't take but 1 or 2 applications of that garlic butter, and then it'll be time for the taste test. It's been 2 minutes. Let's take a look at the king crabs on the Blackstone. Looking good, good color. Coming in at 140, that's perfect. That's exactly what we want. So these are ready to come off. I'm gonna give them one final coat of this garlic butter. Oh, I love this stuff. Let them roll for maybe 30 seconds while I check on our grill crab legs, but they're ready to come off. Got some good grill marks on here. We know we got some of that grill flavor up into the crab leg. These are coming out at 140 degrees. Let's give it one more bath of this citrus garlic butter. Look at this right in here. Let's get some in there too. Look at that. An artery of garlic butter going through there. Let's pull these crab legs off and see what the verdict is. Interestingly enough, they cooked at about the same time frame. These were slightly faster over here on the Blackstone Griddle than the PK Grill. The color on these are surprisingly about the same. I expected a little bit more color out of the PK when we hit the grill marks on there, but the color is very similar. Before we do our taste test, let me drizzle it with one last round of garlic butter. Blackstone Griddle crab legs over here, PK Grill crab legs over here. We're ready for the final verdict. If you haven't voted yet, what are you waiting for? Down in the comments, let me know. Are you going Blackstone Griddle? Or are you going PK Grill? Grill versus griddle. Which crab leg will taste better? Now for my favorite part, the taste test. Look at that. Beautiful. Good grill marks on there. Juicy. Juicy as all get out. Look at that beautiful pink meat. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Phenomenal bite. Blackstone Griddle, you got your work cut out for you. Good charring action right here from where the crab meat hit the griddle. Nice pink meat on the back, super juicy, uber tender. Look at that inside. Woo! That bite off the Blackstone was delicious also. I gotta tell you, this is close to call. However, I do give a slight edge to one of the crab legs. I like the drum roll, the kiss of fire and smoke that we got off the PK Grill. Just added a nice little nuance of flavor that I didn't get off the Blackstone. However, both absolutely delicious. Both will impress your family and friends. Check out that lobster grill video, and I'll see you on the next one.